working on that, but we're not going to let COVID take away from this evening. An amazing, amazing year from last year. Let's just go over a few things. This team, last year, 31-2. The best record in the NAIA. (22-2) for Heart of America champions, regular season. Ran through the conference tournament and won by an average of 27 points a ball game to win the conference tournament championship. Now I have to get my glasses out, sorry. This team, 2 days before we were to go to the NAIA National Tournament, of course the COVID virus hit, it was stopped. This team, besides all the things we just talked about, being a national tournament qualifier, they were recognized as an NAIA Scholar Team, which means as a team they had a 3.0 or above GPA. Fantastic. They ended the season on a 16-game winning streak, which this season's team will carry over. They were nationally ranked in the top 10 in 12 different categories by the NAIA. They were number 2 nationally in assist, number 3 in scoring at 86.8 points a ball game, number 3 in turnover margin, number 3 in field goal percentage, number 3 in total steals, number 3 in total scoring, number 4 in steals per game, number 5 in assists per game, number 5 in total three-pointers made, number 8 in scoring margin, number 9 in three-pointers made, number 10 in total blocks for the year, with 127. What a year. Tonight, we'll be recognizing these young ladies with championship rings. We would like to have a special, special thank you to Janet Jacobs, to Jay and Kelly Jacobs, and to Joe West Davis Jr., or as they know him, Brother Joe, for their tremendous support to help make this happen financially. So thank those individuals a tremendous amount. Before we introduce each individual to come out here and receive their ring, a couple of things. This was a unique team. I think anyone who watched them play, there was a unique ability, a unique skill set, a unique energy, and I think something we talked about, a unique spirit. Sometimes that spirit would test me as a coach. Sometimes there were hard days, but trust me, a group that we loved every minute of. We truly do, love them all. So let's get to meet these young ladies. First up, a young lady who was not here tonight, our redshirt freshman last year. We still want to recognize her, Miss Nia Millette. And now one of the hearts of our team and our program, a young lady who redshirted last year, a nursing major, so she's back with us this year to finish up. But a young lady who you would have never known wasn't playing in every game by her energy, enthusiasm, on the bench, fantastic. We would like to present the ring to Ms. Zaria Jones. They think they're dancers as well. Our next young lady from Chicago, Illinois, she was a senior, number 33, Nia Flowers. Nia, please come forward. Nia was a Texas, Miss Liz Spencer. If anyone needs their eyelashes done, Liz is the person. Someone who is not with us tonight, I think everyone enjoyed watching her play from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 14, Sam Caruth, one of the great shooters that you will ever see in college basketball. Congratulations, Sam. One of our captains from Mansfield, Texas, a young lady who came in here from more than one school, but this became her home. If you ever met her mom, trust me, she was not a stranger after the first hello and hug. We wish Mama Godbold could be with us today. Number 12, Lauren Godbold. Next up, this is our lone young lady who returned to us from that team for this season. A young lady out of Montebello, California. Miss Natalia Spiegel. Oh my, what a group. Someone who could not be with us tonight from New York, New York. A young lady who played with us for 1 year, and we truly enjoyed having number 4, Miss Ashley Martin. Next up, I have to tell a quick story on this young lady. She ended practice for us one day last year. There happened to be a scalping during the practice, and we had hair on the floor that was blows. But hey, here's the thing about it. Everyone else was on the floor laughing, but not blows. She was ready to go to practice. Right now, number 32 from Helsinki, Finland, Miss Gloria Luna. Next up, a young lady who came here and was a graduate student for us last year. She was an NAIA scholar athlete. She is back this year as a coach with our reserve team, so we call her Coach B, but tonight she's not Coach B. She's back being Paco again. Number 34 from Sacramento, California, Miss Veronica Preciado. was only a junior last year. Her season ended prematurely due to a knee injury. She will be back with us in the future, though. She was an all-conference selection out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Number 25, Miss Deja Eli. Another all-conference selection, and someone who was planning on being here with her grandparents until the game was canceled. A young lady who had a great 2 years for us. She was another all-conference selection out of Flora, Illinois. Number 22, Crimson Jones. Next up, our point guard on the team, another all-conference selection. Someone who had a great 2 years with us. First game of the year, made a game winner with literally no time on the clock. Number 11, Cheyenne Allen. Next up, another NAIA scholar athlete. She started all of the issues on the court in every game for us. From Overland Park, Kansas, number 10, Taylor Victorine. Our next player, someone who transferred into us with 1 year of eligibility, a young lady from Peekskill, New York. If you talk to anyone in New York and you say her name, Lene Rodney, they will say the walking bucket. And she was that for us, a first-team All-American, a first-team All-Conference selection. She was our conference newcomer of the year, number 23, Lene Rodney. Next up, a young lady out of Compton, California. We actually talked today about our first conversation she and I really had on the telephone, and it was during the conversation me telling her I really don't think I can coach you, Mercedes. Trust me, it was a good decision to coach her. A young lady who was a first-team All-American, first-team All-Conference. She was the Conference Player of the Year. In all reality, I think we had the 2 best players in the country. And look, it was number 0, Mercedes Jetlow. And just so everyone knows about Mercedes, she trainer and the coaches, there's one thing I left out. This team is a little over the top. They were denied the chance to go to Billings, Montana and play for the national championship. It is an easy thing for a coach to say when you don't have to back it up what your team would have done. For those of you who watched them, this team would have won the national championship. Next up, our trainer, who became truly part of our team. Mr. Davis. One of our assistant coaches, Coach Vaughn Price, could not be with us today. Coach Vaughn coached our reserve team and assisted with our varsity team, and someone who did a fantastic job, and we wish she could have been here tonight. Next up, our assistant coach. We had quite a mix of coaches with our staff last year, from very young to very experienced. How about that, Coach? And one of the two experienced coaches was Coach Kurt Riley. And now the best dressed coach in the NAIA. You'll have to ask him where he got the shoes at. A young man who has been instrumental in our success here. Mr. Remy Laurie. Coach Remy. The last guy in this mix, before I do that, I think we also need to say a special thank you to Central Methodist University. We had great fans last year. Our administration was fantastic. How great is it to have these young ladies, young gentlemen with us tonight? Natasha, thank you for your support. It was much, much appreciated. And the last guy is the oldest guy here, myself, Coach Davis.
We are back at Central Methodist Puckett Fieldhouse in Fayette, Missouri. Let me get my things turned a little bit so they're not quite so loud, as we were trying to make sure we could pick up the ceremony as you were watching the conference championship ring ceremony that was held on Monday night when this ball game that's about to happen was supposed to take place. Everybody was already here, so they went ahead with the ceremony. That was for the conference championship, regular season conference championship. In the tournament conference championship, that was the number 6 rated Lady Eagles from last year. 31-2 record, finishes the year. The COVID outbreak kept them from getting to the national tournament, as they had qualified for that, and they were on their way to do that when the COVID hit. So not quite able to fulfill everything that they wanted to, but they set the record at Central Methodist for most wins in a season, 31-2, 16 straight wins at the end of the season. And they were their highest ranking was number 6 when they ended the season after the conference championship tournament game that propelled them on to the national tournament. They'd already qualified, but they continued to go ahead and win all their ball games. Gone from that team are a lot of players off of the team, because only one returning player off of last year's team, that'd be Nat Spiegel. Everybody else is brand new. This is their first ball game. Kansas Christian, on the other hand, has played 3 ball games, and they are 0-3, and they've played some familiar foes for Heart of America Conference people. They lost to Benedictine 101-46. They lost to Evangel 101-27, and then they lost to Randall 85-51. So this is the 4th ball game for Kansas Christian, first ball game for the Lady Eagles, as they're excited about getting their season off and going. Coach Davis with a whole bunch of brand new people, and he says he's got more on the way, that he's got 4 more that'll be eligible at second semester. So, with all of that, he's reloaded and going to take another run at the conference championship, regular season, postseason, and national tournament-wise. As Coach Davis has put together a real nice program here. He was here, put a great program together, went over to Columbia College, did that for them over there, came back here, and has put the Central Methodist Lady Eagles back on the map again. So it is just about set for that. We've got just under 8 minutes to go, as you can see on your scoreboard there, and I'm sitting here tinkering with this stuff, so just kind of bear with me for a minute while I try and fix a little bit of this, do a little bit of housework as we go along. Pull my scoreboard down just a hair so you can see it a little bit better, and you can see the court just a little bit better. First ball game, we've got action here, 3 o'clock start, ladies play. Then there is a reserve game at 5 o'clock, or when this one is over. And then come back later on, we will have the CMU men on the court at 7 o'clock, give or take a little bit, against Bacon College out west of us. And they've played a couple of games already. I think they are 1-3 or 1-4 on the season. Coach Jeff Sherman's troops 0-2 as they lost an early game here at home to Avila University, and then went on the road to Columbia College and lost over there 67-60 in a tough ball game there. As Coach Sherman doesn't have all of his players back yet as well. When they played Avila, he had 3 or 4 that were out due to injury and whatnot, and he's still, I don't know if his big man has made it back from South Africa yet. Rain Hartman, 6'11", had a big year last year. Got thrust into the middle of it. Got to be a pretty good inside post player, but he is stuck in South Africa and can't get back, and he may not be back until second semester starts. So, Coach Sherman making do. He's got some new ball players as well, as he has reloaded off of last year's team. So we're excited about Central Methodist basketball for you here on the Eagle Sports Network. My name is Charlie Brown, and I will be glad to bring you the play-by-play of almost, if not all, of the CMU home ball games here at Puckett Fieldhouse. I spent many a year here in Puckett Fieldhouse. I went to school here when it was Central Methodist College, played baseball here, and this facility was home to baseball practice a lot of the times. You can't tell it on the screen by watching, but over on the far side behind the scorer's table, what you're looking at, that big partition, there's 2 more basketball courts on the other side of that thing. So we could actually come in here as a baseball team and set up a complete infield and hit ground balls and do things in here during the inclement weather outside. And we had a batting cage off to the left where you can't see right now. And we would wait for basketball practice and games to get over and come in here and work out. So I'm pretty familiar with Puckett Fieldhouse and all the things that go along with that. We're a little over 5 minutes away, so I'm going to switch over to my broadcasting spot as I was sitting behind the laptop there, and I will give you the starting lineups for both teams as we get ready to go, as Kansas Christian comes in here, and they look like they are seriously undermanned as they have I think they have 7, maybe 8 players dressed out for this. So their starting lineup goes something like this. A 5'3" freshman guard from Killeen, Texas, Malaysia Norman. A 5'6" senior from Kansas City, Kansas, Quenisha Davis. A 5'7" junior, Monique Hunt from Kansas City, Kansas. I'm looking to see the other 2 starters. And 11, Destiny Turner, a 5'4" freshman out of Cheneyville, Louisiana. And number 25, Mia Covington, a 5'9" junior out of Hayti, Missouri, down in the heel. So we're a little over 4 minutes to go for the Lady Eagles. Their starting lineup goes this way. Starting at a guard, a junior, 5'7", out of Denver, Colorado, Armani Pulling. A 5'11" junior out of Maputo, Mozambique, number 12, Vonda Kwamba. Number 14, a 5'10" senior out of Auckland, New Zealand, Michelle Nicholas. The lone returning player off of last year's team, 5'9" junior, Nat Spiegel out of Montebello, California. And Nana Massanet, a 5'9" freshman out of Trenton, New Jersey. Those are your starting lineups for both sides as we're 3 minutes away. As we will be set to go here in just a little bit because it's just about right on schedule. It's 2:57 with 3 minutes left on the clock. We'll have the national anthem, introduction of the starting players, and then we will be ready to go with the start of the Central Methodist women's basketball season here on the Eagle Sports Network. Upcoming ball games. Let me grab my schedule for you. Again, we've got men's action here at 7 o'clock tonight as they'll take on Bacone College. And then again tomorrow we'll be back here. I'll be back in Fayette tomorrow for football action as the Eagles will take on Mid-America Nazarene tomorrow at 1 o'clock. It is senior day for that, so we'll have that ball game for you. I'm going to look, and I can tell you that on the schedule the next ball game is Monday night, but I've been informed that Harris Stowe has an outbreak, and so they are not going to be able to play that ball game on Monday. So as far as I know, the next ball game will be a men's and women's doubleheader on the 24th when Clark University comes to town. So that's how that kind of goes. This was a scheduled game for Monday night. It was called because of a COVID concern on the Kansas Christian side. But either that player had to come up negative, otherwise they would not be here tonight or this afternoon, 2 days later. So we've got a 3 o'clock game, we've got a 7 o'clock game, we've got a 1 o'clock football game tomorrow as the Eagles try and finish out their season with 2 wins and have a winning season at 5-4. They come in 4-4 on the season. And they will play tomorrow against Mid-America Nazarene. Again, happy to be with you. Happy to have you with us. Hope you enjoyed. If you got a chance to catch, and we know the audio was not great because they were so far away that it didn't pick it up real well, but hopefully you were able to hear the audio fairly well and pick up what you could off of the ring ceremony. So we're happy that we were able to cover that for you. Central Methodist covered that for you, and we plugged it in for the start of this ball game. So when you're done, you can always go back and see if you can find that broadcast again somewhere down the line. But it was a big deal, as that was a 31-2 team, most wins in Central Methodist basketball history. At 31, 16-game winning streak to end the season, regular season conference champions, postseason champions as well. And we're headed off to the national tournament when we got shut down by the COVID-19 virus. So we're just about set. Officials taking off their warm-up jackets. President Roger Drake in attendance down in the front. Sparse crowd, as you would expect on a Friday afternoon. Not everybody can get here at 3 o'clock, so we hope if you're watching, you'll enjoy our broadcast a little bit. It is early in the season for us as well, so we'll stumble along a little bit, but we hope that you'll take that into consideration when we're doing this. Both sides have gone to their respective benches. Again, I don't think there was like 8 girls out warming up for Kansas Christian beforehand, but there's only about 5 or 6 over on the bench right now. So they didn't bring enough people.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Puckett Fieldhouse for
We're having the
matchup between Kansas Christian College
we'll
and
have a
Central
Heart of
Methodist
America
Eagles.
sportsmanship
We ask that all players, coaches, and spectators abide by the NAIA
reading, and then we'll have the national anthem. We'll catch that for you, and then we'll be ready for starting lineups and getting ready for the start of this ball game.
As we continue to battle through the fluid COVID-19
Lady Eagles have had several games already canceled, so this should have been game number 4 or 5 for them, and it's game number 1. But that's what's going to be expected this year. Coach Sherman on the men's side says it's going to happen. There's no way around it. We're all going to get shut down some point in time and go into quarantine for 2 weeks. So it is what it is. We'll just make it go. They are thanking their corporate sponsors, and we'll do that as well. MFA Oil, the Braun Home, Jennings Premium Meats, Community Auto Sales and Service, AirLink, Drury Hotels, Missouri Pacific Lumber, Howard County Electric, and Commercial Trust Company just coming on Howard Electric.
Almighty God,
and
you have
prayer.
created us to strive for our best. Grant to all athletes, coaches, and fans strength to pursue excellence during this event. We pray for the safety of these athletes, protect them from injury and harm. Help us to honor you today in all we do on and off the court, and make us witness to your glory. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
All right, there is your national anthem as we get set for
And now let's meet
Lady
the starters
Eagle
for today's
basketball.
contest. First for the visiting team on the scoreboard, Kansas Christian. Number 0, Malaysia Norman.
Malaysia Norman, a 5'3" freshman from Killeen, Texas. Quenisha Davis,
Monique Hunt. Number 11,
a 5'6" senior out of Kansas City, Kansas. Monique Hunt, a 5'7" junior out of Kansas City, Kansas.
Justin Strickland, and he's assisted by
Destiny Turner, a 5'4" freshman out of Cheneyville, Louisiana, and Mia Covington, a 5'9 freshman out of Hayti. Justin Strickland, head coach, Louise Strickland, assistant coach, and here come your Lady Eagles.
5'7" junior out of Denver, Colorado, number 11, Armani Pulling.
Armani Pulling, a 5'7 junior guard out of Denver, Colorado.
Number 12,
Vanda Kwamba, a 5'11 junior out of Maputo, Mozambique.
New Zealand, number 14, Michelle Nichols.
And a 5'10 senior out of Auckland, New Zealand, Michelle Nichols. Nat Spiegel, a 5'9 junior out of Montebello, California. Manna Nassanet, a 5'9 freshman out of Trenton, New Jersey. So we've got two Mozambique, New Zealand, Colorado, California, and New Jersey in the starting lineup for the Lady Eagles as they are ready to go. They've been waiting for a while for this to get going. And we're just about set, so it's Pulling, Kwamba, Nichols, Spiegel, Massanet for the Lady Eagles. For Kansas Christian, the Falcons, 0-3 on the season. It is Norman, Davis, Hunt, Turner, and Covington. So it looks like it will be Kwamba, Vonda Kwamba, to jump center. Central Christian in a defensive posture as they don't think they're going to win this toss. And the season is just about underway. Tipped, and it goes quickly, too, and we'll have a re-jump as Central was going to tip that forward into that pressure, and taking off for the basket was Massanet. Now we'll see what they want to do after that's been discovered in their pregame as the scoreboard clock is reset to 1 minute instead of 20. 10. There we go. For period number 1, the first quarter, instead of 1 minute because it started when she tapped the ball. So Kwamba now tips it back, and the Lady Eagles have the first possession of the ball game. Kicked over to the corner, 3 in the air on the way, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Kansas Christian. As this is Destiny Turner with the basketball. Got away with a walk. And out of bounds, a turnover as the pressure from the Lady Eagles. Turns that over, and Nichols inbounds the ball. And Massanet, or rather Spiegel with it. I'm going to have a problem because 23 last year was one of the better players on the team, and I'm going to end up calling 23 for Central by the name from last year. And there's a tie up underneath. And it will go over to Kansas Christian. Stolen by the Lady Eagles. Nice play. Inbounds. Can't get the buckets go. Kicks it back out. There's a 3 from behind the line on the way. Won't go. Rebounded by Covington. Lose the handle on it. Out with it is Nichols. Into the corner. Underneath. All by herself. Spin move to the hoop. Goes up. Has her shot blocked. And that was Kwamba underneath, had her shot blocked. This is Davis with the ball. Hunt. Kills her dribble, almost gives it up. Davis with it, looks for a try to get to the hoop. Bumped, throws it up, can't get it to go. Kwamba has it, throws it off of Covington. It'll stay with the Lady Eagles. Nichols to inbound the ball. Spiegel will bring it up the court. She's the lone holdover from last year's conference championship team. Into the corner it goes to Pulling. Top of the key, down the lane. Take it to the hoop, puts it up, can't get it to go, but a foul called. And to the free throw line will go Massanet. 5'9" freshman.
Foul number 3, Monique Hunt. That's her first, team first.
Foul is on Monique Hunt. Her first personal foul, first team foul. Looking for the first point of the season is Massanet. She hits it, 1-0 Eagles. First point of the season for the ladies. Nana Massanet. Second one also goes. Here comes pressure. Davis with the ball. Skips it over the top to Norman. She heads toward the hoop. Cuts across. Got pressure on her from pulling. There's a bump. No foul called. Running that down in the corner is Hunt. Backs in. Loses the handle on it. Spiegel's got it. It's quickly down the floor. Kwamba underneath. Can't get it to go. And there'll be a foul called on the rebound. I think that'll go against Massanet. First personal foul. You can tell the ladies are a little out of sorts right now. They're a little bit excited. They missed a lot of little chippies that they're going to start falling pretty soon. And there's a steal. Massanet to the hoop, lays it up and in. 4-0. There's another steal. Underneath it goes. That's Massanet again. She's fouled on the way there as pulling with the steal. Mike Davis in his 36th season of coaching. Got Remy Laurie and Veronica Preciado as assistants. Spin move. Step back jumper up and good by Nichols. 6-0. And there's a second foul on Massanet as she blocks the forward progress of Destiny Turner. Second personal foul. It will be Davis to take it out for the Falcons. Gets it in. Almost out of bounds. Is tiptoeing down on the sideline there was Norman. Top of the key. Down the lane. Lays it up and in. That is Hunt. 6-2. Massanet on the run. Tries to get it inside. It goes off of the hands of Kwamba. And then goes off of a Falcon player and goes out of bounds. It'll be Lady Eagle basketball. Checking in is number 10.
Coming in, number 10, Laurencia Doles.
Laurencia Doles, a 5'6" freshman from Kansas City Mo. Nice pass inside, up and in by Nichols.
Number 14, Michelle Nichols.
Hunt trying to tell everybody to get out of the way. Being dogged by Nichols. Cuts through into the corner. Fakes a three. Back inside to Hunt. Going to back in, turn around, put it up and in. Monique Hunt. All 4 points for Kansas Christian. Right down the lane is Massanet. Scores and a timeout will be called. 10-4, and we will tell you the following. Airlink Rural Broadband is your local wireless and fiber internet provider, family owned and operated with coverage options in Sheraton, Howard, Saline, and surrounding counties. Interested in wireless or fiber services? Visit us at airlink123.com for all of your internet needs. So, we're just Cape Coral, Florida. Couple of freshmen on here, couple of transfers from other places. Doles gets it in. Davis, Spiegel on her. Doles, top of the key. Just about has it stripped away from her by Lang, who's just in the ball game. There's a pass in the middle. It's on the floor, and coming out with it are the Lady Eagles. That's Nichols down on the floor. Ahead it comes Spiegel. Going to pull it out. Spiegel calls the offense, gets a pick from Nichols to the hoop. Pulling, thought about a three, didn't. Nichols going to take it down the lane, pull up, jump shot, edge of the free throw line, tipped around, going to end up back in the hands of the Lady Eagles. They're going to kick it out and go again. Pulling with ball handling, gets it underneath to the hoop, laying it up and in is Kwamba, and she is fouled. Vonda Kwamba with her first points of her Lady Eagles career. Makes it 12-4 with 5:23 to go here in period number one. She's got a free throw. Complete the three-point play in the traditional manner, and she does. Sloan Johnson into the ball game for Kansas Christian, 5'4" freshman. Davis. Nowhere to go. Cut off going left. Steps back for a three in the air. Too hard. Tipped around underneath. Spiegel with a rebound. She comes out on the run. In a hurry to Lang. Nichols. Inside it goes Kwamba. She ducks underneath. Goes to the hoop. Can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound. It's knocked around and ends up in Davis's hands. Davis has shot blocked underneath. Comes back out to Doles. And Laurencia Doles with a three-pointer. 13-7. Spiegel cuts. Can't get it to go. Lets it go, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Eagles. Getting ready to check into the ball game, I believe, is going to be Leah Johnson. A 6'2" freshman from Ewing, New Jersey. 4:21 to go here in the first period. Into the corner it goes to Lang. Top of the key. Pulling. Underneath to Johnson. Lays it up and in left-handed. Nice pass by Armani Pulling. Comes Davis. Got Spiegel. Norman trying to find somewhere to go. Nowhere to go with Pulling all over her. Runner towards the hoop. Too hard. Won't go. Johnson with a rebound. Ahead it comes. On the fly. Laid underneath. Spin move. Wide open. Can't get it to go. But there's Johnson bowling underneath. Can't get it to go. And we'll have a foul underneath. And I think that will go on Monique Hunt. And if it is, that'll be her second personal foul. As Kwamba and Johnson were all over the boards that time. I'd say that's the first foul, and it goes on Davis, not on Hunt. First personal foul. Lady Eagles underneath their own basket. 3:39 to go. In it comes to Johnson. Back cut to Kwamba. She's underneath. Can't find anywhere to go. Spiegel going to drive baseline underneath. Tries to get it to go up, but hits the bottom of the backboard on the way up. And here comes Davis on the fly. Pass by Johnson. Sloan Johnson intended underneath. Was tipped away. Doles with it. She's got a three on to her credit so far. Hunt's going to try a three and bank it in. Monique Hunt, just like she meant to do that. She's got 7 of the 10 points for the Lady Falcons. A couple of subs getting ready to come in for them. Spiegel pulling around the pick. Inside's got Johnson. Backs up a little bit. Gets it to Johnson. Got a big advantage inside. Kicked all the way to the corner. Spiegel turns it back out. Lang with a little runner in the lane. Can't get it to go. Tipped around. Ends up back in Lang's hands. She finds herself all alone. Puts it up and in. Savannah Lang with her first Central Methodist points. 17-10. Norman spending a lot of time dribbling, not getting to go very far. And there's Spiegel with a steal. All alone, lays it up and in. Nat Spiegel. Norman, cross half court. Being watched closely by Pulling. Down the lane, throws up a runner, can't get it to go. Johnson got a piece of it. Down it comes to Kwamba. She gathers, dribbles, lays it up and in. Vanda Collins. She's got 5 in the game. Jump switch. Davis gives it back up. Doles with it. Hunt against Johnson. That's a pretty good mismatch size-wise. Hunt she gets to the hoop and draws a foul, as that'll go on Leah Johnson, her first personal foul. Turner checks back in.
That's her first team 30.
And looking to see if that's 25 coming back in, and it is. That is Covington. Pair of free throws for Monique Hunt. 1:25 to go, an 11-point advantage. Nichols getting ready to check back in. First free throw good. She's got 8 of her team's 11. Into the ball game for the Lady Eagles. Hannah Adams. Out with a rebound is Lang. Spiegel. Adams in the corner. Johnson underneath. Tries to find Kwamba underneath. It's tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Eagles, and now Nichols will check back in. And Kwamba checks out. Nichols, 5'5", junior from Clinton, Missouri. Clinton Cardinal. 3 ball in the air from the corner, and good by Lang. Savannah Lang with a 3. Davis calls out a play. Too much dribbling. Throws up a runner, can't get it to go. Adams. Spiegel down, lays it up, can't get it to go. Johnson underneath, can't get it to go. Spiegel pulls it back out again. Back into Leah Johnson, lays it up and in. Nat Spiegel with a nice look inside. Gets Leah Johnson another basket. She's got 4 in the game, and she's going to go to the free throw line.
Foul number 11. That's her first.
Destiny Turner with the foul, her first personal foul. And they're going to get the ball out of play as it was touched, as it rolled out of play, and a fan threw it back in. And they're going to take it over and disinfect it just to make sure. Extra precautions. Everything is being done that can be done to keep the teams on the court. Johnson's free throw is good. 27-11 in favor of the Lady Eagles, the biggest lead of the ball game for them. Davis from Kansas City, Kansas. Top of the key, that's Doles. She's got 3 on a three-pointer. 10 on the shot clock, 16 on the game clock. Doles tries to find somewhere to go. Inside it goes. Bank shot won't go. Johnson with a rebound. Spiegel, 6 seconds on the game clock. She doesn't realize it. Loses the ball on the floor. And there's the end of the first quarter. 27-11 is your score at the end of the first quarter. We'll recap the scoring for you while we're keeping it here. As So we will get that for you. Leading the Lady Eagles, Nana Massanet with 6. 5 points for Kwamba. 5 points for Lang. 5 points for Johnson. 4 points for Nichols. And a deuce for Spiegel on the other side. 8 points for Monique Hunt and 3 points for Florencia Doles. That's the only scoring. Looking at what Kansas Christian has done up to this point, they've given up a lot of points. They're giving up over 90 per ball game. So we'll do that. And we will go on and tell you Community Auto Sales and Service is a one-stop shop for all your automotive needs. From brakes, tires, and oil changes to front-end alignments, engine repair, batteries, and state inspections, they have everything and can do anything to keep you on the road safely. Proud supporter of Eagle Athletics. So 27-11 is the score at the end of one. We will get you the players on the court. For the Eagles, it is Adams, Spiegel, Johnson, Nichols, and Lang. Spiegel with a dribble. Nichols squares up for a 3 from straight away. Can't get it to go, but there's Lang with a rebound. Look for somebody. Nichols again. Jump stop in the lane. Johnson, baseline jumper won't go, but there's Nichols underneath to put it back up and in. She's got 6 in the ball game now. 29-11. Just underway in the second quarter. Turner in the corner, puts up a 3, banks off too hard. Johnson with another rebound. Lang beats everybody down the floor. Can't get it to go, but she's fouled. As Adams was there to clean it up in case of no foul being called. But to the free throw line will go Savannah Lang. Back into the ball game. Massanet checks back in. Johnson checks out. She did nice work. 5 points and several rebounds. Another freshman gets big hands over on the sidelines. Nice to see a lot of the men's basketball team. First one rims around no good. As I see Matt Sherman, assistant coach, and several of the players down here to watch as well. 30-11 as the second free throw goes. Stolen inbounds by Massanet. Tries to pass it. Hunt picks her pocket and then loses the ball on the floor. And I think, let's see if that's a foul on Massanet or whether it's just out of bounds. It's going to be a foul on Massanet, and that'll be her third. Down on the floor, getting up gingerly is Destiny Turner. And she will leave, and Doles will check back in.
Nana Massanet. That's her third.
And Kansas Christian can't afford to lose very many more ball players. They've only got a couple of subs over on the bench. Walking off a little better now, putting some weight on that right ankle. This is Norman with the basketball. Inside it goes. And put up and in by Hunt. Now she comes up limping on an ankle. She's got 10 of their 13. Lang down the lane. Little runner, back of the rim twice and in. Savannah Lang with another basket. She's got 8 in the ball game, and she's the leading scorer for the Lady Eagles right now. 32-13 is the score. Davis across half court. Norman to the baseline, tries to pass the ball inside. It's down on the floor. That's Covington down at the bottom, and it will be a jump ball. It will stay with Kansas Christian. Looks like Doles checks back in, and Hunt limps out. So 2 players from Kansas Christian have limped off the court here in the last 30 seconds of game time. Official steps in and breaks up this stack underneath the basket a little bit. It will be Norman to bring it in. Into the corner it comes. Quickly stolen by Massanet. She's going to outrun everybody down the floor. Lays it up and in. Nana Massanet with her 8th point of the ball game. Norman breaks a double team. Going to head toward the hoop. Nichols slows her up. Makes her miss the shot, but the ball comes back to Doles. She puts it up, can't get it to go. Tipped around inside. It'll end up in Spiegel's hands. Ahead to Massanet. Ahead of the crowd again. Takes it to the hoop. Lays it up and can't get it to go, but gets her own rebound. Shot is blocked, and a foul will be called on Davis.
Foul number 1. That's her 3rd, team 2nd.
Foul number 3 on Quenisha Davis. Massanet. First free throw back of the rim, no good. Second free throw. Since there's not hardly anybody in the gym, it's real easy to hear everything that's going on right now.
In for the Eagles, number 11, Armani Cooley, and number 1, Vanessa Hughes.
Pulling back into the ball game, along with number 1, Vanessa Hughes, 5'3" junior from Lower Lake, California. That's her dogging the ball there, and that is a steal for pulling, and it's 2-on-1 with Spiegel. Pass tip just behind her. Pulling in the corner. To the hoop again. Back out. Massanet to the hoop. Lays it up and off the glass. Good. Nana Massanet, she's got double digits. She's got 11 in the ball game now for the Lady Eagles. As Norman gets it across half court, 7:05 to go, give or take a couple of seconds. This is Doles. Kills her dribble. Sloan Johnson with it. Gets a pick. Pulls up, baseline jumper, hits the top of the backboard, no good. Spiegel with it. Cuts through, lays it up and in. Nat Spiegel. She's got 4, and it's 39-13, and a quick timeout will be called. Second one of the ball game so far by Kansas Christian. Again, we want to thank all of our corporate sponsors that make these games possible, and if you're listening and want to be a sponsor of this, we can get you hooked up with that. Just give a call to Central Methodist and ask for Rachel Moore. She'll get you hooked up with how to get in touch with all of this. We want to thank all. Line, one with an ankle up on a chair and the other one sitting and looking. So it's Norman, Davis, Turner, Johnson, and Covington on the floor for Kansas Christian. Hughes pulling Nichols, Spiegel, and Massanet. Davis almost loses the ball. Hughes dogging that. And there's a steal by pulling. She takes it down, lays it up and in. 41-13. Spiegel all over Doles. Almost a double team coming from Hughes. One guarding one here. Hughes and Davis. Ball fake there by Norman, but can't get anywhere. Baseline jumper in the air and good by Sloan Johnson. First points of the ball game for her. Underneath is Massonet all by herself. Quickly turns around, puts up a jumper from the free throw line and gets it to go. Nana Massonet. She's got 13, and it's a 41-15 advantage for the Lady Eagles with 5:30 to go here in period number 2. Davis with a long one, draws no iron, and out on the run, 2-on-1. Hughes lays it up and in off of a nice pass from Pulling. Behind the back bounce. And that's Vanessa Hughes' first Central Methodist points. Davis going to have to hustle to get it across. Does. Long three on the way. No good by Doles. Massonet. Got to be careful. She's got 3 fouls. Almost loses a handle on it. Gets it back to Spiegel. Nichols with a straight up 3 and hits it. Michelle Nichols. She's got 9. And it's 48-15, a 33-point advantage for the Lady Eagles. As Hunt gets ready to check back in at the next dead ball for Kansas Christian. Jumper on the way, grazes the rim, no good. Nichols on the run, gets it ahead to Pulling, who's going to outrun everybody for the basketball. Back out to Hughes. Massonet for the 3 from there, no good. Spiegel underneath, and we've got a foul called as Nat Spiegel grabbed the rebound. Into the game is Abby Conroe, a freshman from here in Fayette. And that foul goes on Norman. Back into the ball game is Vonda Kwamba. Abby Conroe getting her first action. Hughes looks inside. Conroe comes around a screen, looks for a 3, doesn't take it. Pulling's going to take her 3 from there, can't get it to go. And Davis with a rebound. Only 4 points for Kansas Christian so far, and we have played 6+ minutes here in period number 2. And off the side of the rim, no good. And that was by Covington, but stepping on the end line is Central Methodist. Davis going to take it out of bounds. Finally gets it in. That's Covington with a 3. Takes a jumper, no good. It'll be a foul underneath. That'll go on Pulling. That's only the second team foul of the period against the Lady Eagles.
Abby Conroe, that's her first, team second.
Norman to get it in. Does so to Hunt. Davis with a 3 on the way, no good. And it's going to roll out of bounds, and it'll be Central basketball. Lady Eagle basketball over by their own bench. 3:27 to go. Sub coming back in. That's Doles is going to check back in. And Davis checks out.
And for the Falcons, number 10, Laurencia Doles.
Hughes, Pulling, Nichols, Spiegel, and Massonet on the floor. That is not correct. Conroe's on the floor. Massonet is not out there. Pulling. Inside it goes. Kwamba kicks it back out. Hughes lines up a 3 and hits it. Vanessa Hughes from Lower Lake, California. She's got 5 in the ball game. Reload and get after it. Coach Davis says, reload and get after it. Norman, top of the key, looks for somewhere to go. Pulling all over her. Gets it to Johnson. She's going to try and go to the hoop. Puts it up, but there's a foul before the shot goes up, and that's going to be Abby Conroe. 5'5" freshman from here in Fayette. Had a pretty prolific high school career for the Lady Falcons here in her hometown, playing for the university in her hometown. Good for her. It's Johnson to bring it in from out of bounds. Doles hit a three from about that spot earlier. Johnson stepped out of bounds, but the official didn't see it. Going to step out of bounds again. She goes underneath, and now she does step out of bounds. Pulling on the run with 2:20-something to go. Tipped around, and the only people that see it were Hunt and Hughes. And Hunt comes away with it. Gives it to Doles. Inside it goes. That's Hunt. Ball knocked away. She's going to spin move, take it to the hoop, lays it up. Foul going to be called, and I think that's going to go on Michelle Nichols. Her first personal foul.
And for the Eagles, number 5, Savannah Lang.
Savannah Lang checks back in. Vanessa Hughes checks out. Again, after this, we've got a reserve game. And then when that's over, we'll be back for Eagle men's basketball. First free throw scoops out, no good. Lady Eagles out rebounding the Lady Falcons 23-15, make it 24-15. Or 24-12, sorry, right down the lane. Conroe lines up a three. In the air won't go, and the rebound comes out to Covington, and a foul called as the Eagles run by her. And that will go as well on Nichols, and that's her second personal foul.
Foul number 14, Michelle Nichols. That's her second.
And that'll put Kansas Christian in the bonus. As Leah Johnson gets ready to check back in, Mia Covington at the free throw line. First one is good. That's her first point of the ball game. Johnson will check in after this free throw or the next dead ball, whichever comes first. Makes them both, and now Johnson will check back in. Leah Johnson, 6'2" freshman, comes back. Nichols checks out. So it's Kwamba pulling, Conroe, Johnson, and Lang on the floor. Pulling. Lots of guards out on the floor. Inside to Johnson with big height advantage, but the ball goes off of Kansas Christian player. That would be off of Covington, and Doles, or Johnson rather, has it. Norman. Jumper on the way, front of the rim, no good. Out with the rebound is Lang. Crossover to the hoop, puts it up right-handed, can't get it to go. There's Johnson underneath with a left hand put back. That's Leah Johnson. That's her 7th point in the ball game. Hunt. On to Kwamba, slowing Hunt down. Hunt has 10 points, and she had them quickly in this game. There's Johnson with another rebound. Lang ahead to Kwamba, lays it up and in. Nice pass, looked one way, threw it with the left hand the other direction across the court. And it's 55-17 as we're at 35 seconds to go here in period number 2. Try to pass it inside, nobody there, go out of bounds, 27.5 to go, no shot clock. As Kwamba's in a hurry to get up the court, she goes to go ahead and pass it in without the official touching the ball, so here we go. Coach Davis signals the play that he wants, and Pulling's going to walk it across half court, and they're going to play for the last shot, which is a bit of an anomaly for Lady Eagle basketball because Mike Davis, he's of the opinion you take the first shot that you see that you like. Pulling all the way around, right side, looks inside. Kwamba going to take it to the hoop, lays it up too hard. There's Johnson with another rebound and putback. And that will end the first half. Johnson, 7 rebounds in the half and 7, make it 9 points in the half. So it is 17 to 57-17. I'm trying to get my math here going right. 30-6 is the outscore there in period number 2. 57-17 at the half. We'll talk for a minute, and then we'll go to a commercial for you in just a few seconds. But Lady Eagles with a 57-17 advantage. Leading scorers in the game for the Lady Eagles. Nana Massanet with 13. And 9 points for Michelle Nichols. 8 points for Savannah Lang.
As we continue to battle through the fluid COVID-19 pandemic, we ask that each of you
9 points for Leah Johnson. 5 for Vonda Kwamba. 4 for Nat Spiegel. And 2 for Armani Pulling. For Kansas Christian, they are led by Monique Hunt with 10. Laurencia Doles with 3, and then 2 points apiece for Sloan Johnson and Mia Covington. 17 points total. We'll look at the numbers and tell you exactly what we see here, as we should be at the halftime set of numbers on our stat sheet. Central shooting 52% from the field, 24 of 46. Kansas Christian 6 of 24 for 25%. Both teams shooting threes at a 33% rate. 3 of 9 for the Lady Eagles, 2 of 6 for Kansas Christian. Free throw wise, 6 of 9 for the Lady Eagles, 67%. 3 of 6 for 50% for Kansas Christian. Rebounds 28-13 in favor of the Lady Eagles, and of those 28, 12 are offensive rebounds. 13 assists for the Lady Eagles, 3 for Kansas Christian. 10 steals for the Lady Eagles, 3 for Kansas Christian. 13 turnovers to 3, Kansas Christian. Each side with 1 block shot, and each side with 8 fouls. Again, Hunt the leading scorer with 10, Massanet with 13. Rebound leader Johnson with 9, according to this, on the verge of a double-double. Davis has 5, the assist leader Pulling with 4, Norman with 3. Bench scoring, Lady Eagles lead that 22-5. Points in the paint, Central 38-6. Second chance points 8-3 in favor of the Lady Eagles. So those are your halftime stats, as we've still got 12 plus minutes to go here at halftime. So we're going to go to a commercial. I think we've got one long form commercial that we can go to. Yeah. Highlight that one and then hit fire. No, highlight that one. That's and hit that.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
Just minimize that and the other one will come back. We're back. It's halftime. And we're going to turn our mic off for just a second because I got some things going on, so we'll be right back. Don't go away. You'll still see the picture, but I'll be right back.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it at Central Methodist University. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
All right, we're back. It is halftime with the Lady Eagles up. Scoreboard went off, but it is 57-17 is our halftime score with 7.5 minutes to go here in the halftime. Do a couple of things for our sponsors because they make these broadcasts possible. They make it possible to bring me in to do these from out of town. So I appreciate it. My family appreciates it as well. I want to thank our corporate sponsors for their continued support of CMU Athletics, MFA Oil, the Braun Home, Jennings Premium Meats, Community Auto Sales and Service, Air Link, Drury Hotels, Missouri Pacific Lumber, Howard County Electric, and the Commercial Trust Company. We will have a reserve game after this, which is JV freshman type of thing. And then the men will be back playing at 7 o'clock. We'll be here for that. So it's an all-day affair here at Puckett Fieldhouse for us as we're doing this one. Then we'll be back for the men's game around 7 o'clock or so. And then tomorrow, final football game of the season will take place over at Davis Field, just out the door and down the hill a little bit from where I'm sitting right now. As Mid-American Nazarene, the Pioneers come to town to take on the Eagles tomorrow in the final ball game. Winner of that will finish in third place in their half of the conference. Both of them have 2 losses on the season. Central 4-4 overall, 2-2 in conference. Mid-America, I believe, is 2-4, but they're 2-1 in the conference. So a loss will put the Eagles ahead of them, and that's tomorrow at 1 o'clock. That is senior day, so don't miss that, as there are maybe 12, I believe I heard, seniors that will be recognized tomorrow pregame show for their senior year here at Central. So we're looking forward to that. As we've got things going on, men's basketball team here watching the ladies play. Crowd here as well. We've got sparse crowd, but that's what you expect on a Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock because not everybody can get here. So I hope you're watching and enjoying it. We got a little over 5 minutes to go here. At the end of the first quarter, it's 27-11 in favor of Central. They outscored the Lady Falcons 30-6 in the second period to take that 40-point advantage. They were up 16. Then outscored them by 24 to take a 40-point advantage. So there's where we sit right now. Is neither team has come back out yet, and there are stragglers as Kansas Christian has had a couple of players sit out on the bench, and now one comes wandering back out on the court. So they are struggling a little bit. They're down in numbers. They're 0-3 coming into this. In the men's action that'll take place around 7 o'clock tonight, they take on Bacone. And let me see if I can find out something about Bacone. Not a whole lot. They are 1-3 or 1-4 on the season, but their one win broke a 47-game losing streak that they've been on for more than a year, year and a half at least. So they will be here to take on the men at around 7 o'clock tonight. Football action tomorrow. We are scheduled to be back here Monday night, but Rachel Moore, the SID here at Central, tells me that is a 99% chance that game won't take place. And then after that, the next scheduled game for us here on the Eagle Sports Network is the 24th of November when Clark University comes to town. But they are trying to, as they lose ball games, they are prioritizing who they're going to reschedule and when to make sure they get their conference games in, because that's the important issue is everybody's trying to play everybody in the heart their conference games, and if you can squeeze in a couple of non-conference games, that's fine. And if you can't squeeze them in, then that's just the way it goes, is everybody's cut down on the number of games that you can play. Last year's Lady Eagles team played 33 ball games, counting the conference tournament. These Lady Eagles with the conference tournament will be probably fortunate to get 25 games in. But, you know, you play with what you're dealt, and what they're dealt right now is the COVID pandemic wiping out some ball games. So both sides back out shooting a little bit now as we got 2.5 minutes to go here. Again, it's our pleasure to bring this to you, this Charlie Brown. I will have the football game for you tomorrow with partner Jim Ray Cluck, the legend here around campus that has been here for quite a while and knows just about everybody who knows anybody about anything. So tune in tomorrow for that football game if you would like to do that. That will be Mid-America Nazarene in town, and it should be a pretty good ball game. Should be wide open. Both sides throw the ball a lot and do not run it very much. So A, it will be a really long game, and B, it'll probably be pretty high scoring. So go ahead and do that. I was the tail end of my life at Central Methodist, saw the Bill Holmes era of football that had quarterback Tom Stein and wide receiver tight end Steve Lujan, both All-Americans when they were here. And those games took almost 4 hours to play because Tom Stein would throw the ball about 65 times a ball game, and that was pretty normal. He threw for 500 yards in 2 of 3 weeks in one season. He threw for 570, and then he threw for 575 a couple of weeks later. He was actually the player of the week in Sports Illustrated for college football that week for his numbers. But they threw the ball around a lot, and it took a long time to play ball games. And this, I think, tomorrow's ball game will probably take quite a while to play as well. It'll take more than the 2.5 to 2 hours and 45 minutes that we normally get because there'll be a lot of incomplete passes and change of possessions and different things going on. But that's okay. I need to get back. When the game is over, I have a charity auction that I am helping to stream and produce for the Warrensburg Schools Foundation. They're doing their annual auction virtually this year. So we're helping with Prepcast, the company that I work for on a normal basis is helping with that. So I've got a lot of things. I got 2 ball games here today. I got a football game and a charity auction tomorrow night. So keeps me busy, and my wife says keeps me somewhat out of trouble. So we're down to the last 20 seconds as a couple of players continue to shoot a little bit. And we'll be set to go here with second half action. 57-17 is your score. And Coach Davis has got a group of young ladies over there that are all battling to get some playing time and get in a rotation. So people coming off the bench are playing really hard because they want to be noticed by Coach Davis and Coach Remy Laurie. So we have Spiegel on the floor, pulling, Massonet, Nichols, and Kwamba, the starting 5 for the Lady Eagles. On the floor, it is Norman, Davis, Hunt, Covington, and Turner. There's a 3 on the way and good from just outside the line by Nichols. She's got 12 now, double figures for 2 of the ladies as Nichols and Massonet both have double figures. This is Norman. She puts a 3 airborne, can't get it to go. Short rebound right to Hunt. Puts it up, gets it to go, and she's fouled. She's got 12 in the ball game, only player in double figures for Kansas Christian.
Basket's good. Foul on number 12. Vanda Kwamba. That's her first.
Kwamba with the foul, her first personal foul. 60-19. As Hunt misses the free throw, and Kwamba with a rebound. Gives it to Spiegel. Nichols pulls up from the line, no good. Kwamba with a rebound, has a dribble off of the foot, back on the floor. It's a jump ball, and it will go Lady Eagles direction. Covington heading towards the other end of the floor, and it is theirs on alternating positions. They'd already switched the possession. Davis gets it in. Up over the top to Norman. Norman with a three on the way. Rims out no good. Pulling. Down and in by Massanet. Nana Massanet.
Massanet for 2.
She has 15 in the ball game now. Norman pulling, not letting her get anywhere. Davis with Spiegel. Covington with a pick. Double team coming. Spiegel back on Davis now. Norman, 5 on the shot clock. Tied up in the corner, not going to get a shot off. Yes, they are. Hunt gets it away, but it is a shot clock violation. Doesn't draw anything. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a turnover to the Lady Eagles. Nichols bring it in to Spiegel. Junior Spiegel is from California. Massanet going to take it down the lane. Little left-hand runner won't go, and Hunt with a rebound, standing flat-footed on the floor. Nice block out by the Lady Falcons. And Monique Hunt down the floor. Back inside it goes against Kwamba. She gets her way inside, puts it up and in. Hunt not very big. They list her at 5'7". That's probably being fairly generous. Skipped all the way across. Massanet. Now, yeah, if you're going to give me a three, I'll take it. And she hits it. 18 points for Nana Massanet. 65-21. Norman barely gets it across the timeline. Turner, who left with a sprained ankle, fires a three from downtown, top of the backboard, and goes out of play. 7:16 to go. It'll be Central basketball. And here comes Nat Spiegel. Pulling. Takes a three. Unguarded. Hits it. Armani's pulling with her basket. There it goes. Put it up. She's got 5. Here comes Nichols. Going to give it up to Pulling. She stumbles with it, gives it back to Nichols. Nichols says thank you very much and misses the shot. Davis with a rebound. Davis down the lane. Spiegel ties up Davis. Jump ball. It'll go over to the Lady Eagles. Talked to Coach Davis beforehand about talking with that mask on. I said, are you going to do like Coach Sherman and just pull it down and scream and then put it back on? He said, I got to do what you got to do to be heard. Kwamba underneath, can't get it to go. Tipped around. Hunt with a rebound. Nice pass. No finish there by Vonda Kwamba. Johnson, Leah Johnson getting ready to check back in. Hunt to the basket. Can't get it to go. Spiegel. Massanet loses the ball, hits the official, and goes out of bounds. It will be Kansas Christian ball, and Leah Johnson checks back into the ball game.
In for the Eagles, number 34, Leah Johnson.
9 points, 9 rebounds for Johnson in limited time. And we've got a timeout call by Kansas Christian at 30 seconds, so we'll stay here and let you hear again from some of our fine sponsors. AirLink Rural Broadband is your local wireless and fiber internet provider. Family owned and operated with coverage options in Sheraton, Howard, Saline, and surrounding counties. Interested in wireless or fiber service? Visit us at airlink123.com for information on all your internet needs. So happy with that. Happy with our corporate sponsors. Checking as I've got we cover high school sports in this area as well, and I've got a crew that's out in the Jeff City area doing a Warrensburg Helias Catholic district championship game tonight. So they're checking in with me to make sure they're okay with getting there and everything's all right. They start at 7 o'clock, so they've got a ways to go before they're on the air, but they're getting everything squared up. Doles with a 3, can't get it to go. Spiegel with a rebound, ahead to Pulling. Runner tries to get it inside to Johnson, but there's going to be a foul called on the way there, and I think that will go against Malaysian Norman. On the ground, it'll be out of bounds. That's her second personal foul.
Malaysia Norman. That's her second team first.
Johnson backs in, spins. Going to be called for a travel, I think, though. Nope, it's going to be a foul on the floor before the shot. As she backed in on Sloan Johnson at 5'4", and Johnson is 6'2". So pretty good height advantage if they want to go to that anytime they want to. And they come right back into it again, but it's tipped out of bounds by Davis as they just try to float it in. And now they call an offensive foul on Johnson for a push-off as she tried to get to the ball. As she spun and then held off with her forearm the defender. She's called for a foul. Says 2 on the scoreboard. We'll go along with that. This is Davis. Turner. Sloan Johnson. Tipped, and it goes out of bounds as Norman thought it was intended for her and was headed back the other direction. Spiegel gets it across half. 5:20 to go, quarter number 3. Pulling. Johnson. She's just too wide open, and she knows it. She loses the handle on it as she looks to go to the basket before she has the ball in her hands, and it goes out of bounds off of her, and Covington will check back in. Davis to bring it up. 5:10 to go. Period number 3, Puckett Fieldhouse. Opening game of the season for the Lady Eagles with a 68-21 advantage. Davis beyond the 3. Sloan Johnson with a 3 on the way and good. She's got 5 in the ball game. Trying to get inside, Massonet, Johnson. Jumper from the baseline, no good. Spiegel gets the air ball, puts it back up, no good. Tipped around. Spiegel tries to save it, but she's on the end line, and it will go over to Kansas Christian and Lady Eagles to take a timeout. Again, we will have the men's game on here around 7 o'clock. Bacone Warriors in town will be here tonight to take on the Running Eagles of Coach Jeff Sherman as he enters his 36th season at the helm of the Eagles. So to say he's been around for a while would be a mild understatement. (68-27). As the Eagles have only outscored Kansas Christian 11-10 in this quarter so far. Davis to bring the ball across half court. Pick. Norman looks inside. No advantage there. Massanet almost with a steal. Almost her fourth foul as well. Jumper up, no good. Johnson with a rebound. That'll give her 10 of those, I believe, and put a turnover as they're trying to get the ball down the floor, and Sloan Johnson intercepts it. Davis. Right wing extended beyond the line. Free throw line, step back jumper on the way, no good. Nichols with the save, pulling down the floor. Spiegel. Gonna look inside. Johnson posts up. Big height advantage. Nickel. Three on the way, can't go. Johnson with a rebound. She fights for it. Gets it inside. Left hand up and in. Leah Johnson. 11 points in the ball game to go with her rebounds. Ten rebounds and 11 points for Johnson now. Double-double off the bench for her. Hunt checks back in. Norman checks out. Rims out no good. Hunt with a rebound. 70-24. Underneath it goes, off of Sloan Johnson's hands, out of bounds.
And for the Eagles, number 5,
Savannah Lang checks in. Johnson checks out for the Lady Eagles. (70-24). Pulling. Lang takes it down the lane, gets away with a travel, kicks it out for three on the way, rolls around no good. Underneath, that's Lang with a rebound, nowhere to go and nothing to do, tied up, and it will be Kansas Christian basketball on the alternating possession. Just nowhere to go and nowhere to get it out of there. Davis with it. Pulling gets it, calls a timeout, steals it from Davis. While she's on the floor before she can be tied up, she calls a timeout. And checking back into the ball game is Hannah Adams. We'll take a quick, I'm sure this is only a 30-second timeout because of the to keep the possession. Kansas Christian kind of spread out. Like I say, only 6 or 7 players dressed out for this. Third, I said earlier it was like 11-10 in the scoring. I was incorrect with that thought. It is 13-7. Lady Eagles have outscored Lady Falcons in this period. Massanet, Spiegel, Nichols, Adams, Lang, as they're just waiting. They're out ready to play. Waiting for the horn to buzz and for Kansas Christian to come back out. Mike Davis, head coach, wanders over and asks how long this timeout was. I don't think he was aware had called a full timeout, but doesn't matter. Looks like CMU men reserve, one of their reserve teams will play as soon as this one is over. Horn goes, everybody yells play, play, play. Massanet with it. Adams, Spiegel. Zone defense now being employed by Kansas Christian. Massanet takes it down a lane, kicks it to Spiegel, takes it baseline, puts it up, can't get it to go. Foul called. Back in is Norman. Checking out will be Davis as third first personal foul on the board for him. For her, sorry. Spiegel at the line. First one rattled out, no good. 6 of 14 unofficially from the free throw line for the Lady Eagles. So if Mike Davis wants to talk about where they can improve, that would be one of the areas. 71-24. Bench asking for the D to step up and play. Down the lane, passing to off of the hand. I was going to say passing to nobody in particular, but Norman's pass was deflected out of bounds. 19 on the shot clock. Doles inside, and Covington hit in the face, knocks her glasses off, and that'll go on Savannah Lang. Lady Eagles have gone 10 deep in this ball game. Hunt tries a three. Massanet blocks it. Quickly up ahead it comes to Lang. She tries to put it up, no good, but there's Massanet. Spins around left hand, goes up and in. She has 20 in the ball game right now. Spiegel almost with a steal. Massanet does steal it, gets it, lays it up, can't get it to go. And we'll see if it's a blocking foul or a charge. It looks like a blocking foul will be called. And Nana Massanet will go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. She's 1 for 3 from the free throw line? No, she is 1 for 2 from the free throw line. 3 for 5 from the free throw line. First one rattles around, no good. Second free throw. No good. But a nice rebound there. Missed shot by Massanet and another foul. As Lang got the rebound and put it back up. Lang is listed at 5'9", and she is really active around the basket.
And for the Eagles, number 32, Zaria Hendricks.
Zaria Hendricks, who Coach Davis tells me goes by Jimmy Hendricks, into the ball game for the Lady Eagles. Massanet checks out. First free throw by Nichols is good. She's got 13 in the ball game. 3 Lady Eagles in double figures. Second one's also good. Hunt going to take it out. 75-24. 1:24 to go in period number 3. Norman. Into the corner. Johnson. Inside it goes to Covington. She turns around, puts it up, gets it to crawl in. Spiegel. Under a minute to go here in this period. Hendricks with a 3 and hits it. Into the ball game, hits a 3. Her first 3 points as a Lady Eagle. She's got a shot at the second one. This one won't go as it hits the rim, but goes out of bounds. As Hannah Adams made the steal. She's a somewhat local girl from Clinton, Missouri, just south of Warrensburg, just south of Sedalia. Pass goes out of bounds, 34.4 to go, 78-26. It'll be Lady Eagle basketball underneath their own basket. Adams going to take it out. Going to have a stack out at the top of the key. And here comes Hendrick, gets the ball inside, posts up, back out to Adams. Lang with a three on the way, no good, but Spiegel with a rebound. No reset of the clock. Savannah Adams with a little extra step in there. And it's a turnover on a travel. One shot. Coach Strickland yells out from his side. Norman with the basketball. Down 52. Covington had it inside, knocked away. Hunt with it, 9 on the play clock. Or on the game clock. Underneath it won't go. Nichols ahead of the pack. And Lang will not be able to get it off before the end of the quarter. So the score at the end of the quarter is 78-26. And I'm going to try and do my math real quick. And I do. Central outscores Kansas Christian 21-9 in that period. So 27 points in the first quarter, 30 points in the second quarter, 21 points in quarter number 3, and it's 78-26 as we'll get ready to go to period number 4 here from Puckett Fieldhouse. Men's action in just a little while, around 7 o'clock. Community Auto Sales and Service is a one-stop shop for all your automotive needs, from brakes, tires, and oil changes to front-end alignments, engine repairs, batteries, and state inspections. They have everything and can do anything to keep you on the road safely. Proud supporter of Eagle Athletics. We look around. Pretty much everybody in attendance has a mask on. Social distancing when possible. It will be Hughes pulling, Kwamba, Adams, and Lang on the court for the Lady Eagles. Covington, Hunt, Norman, Sloan Johnson, and Doles. This is Lang. Can't get it to go. Tipped around and out it comes. Hunt will bring it across the timeline. Hunt's got 14 of their 26 points. Norman with it now. 9 on the shot clock. Runner down the lane, won't go, tipped around and ends up in the hands of Hughes. She's going to baseball pass it, but it is knocked down by Hunt into the hands of Doles. Inside it goes, tipped back out. Doles with it again, going to run down, bank it up, can't get it to go. Hughes with another rebound. Going to take a little better care of it this time. Adams with it, backs up. Thought about a three, didn't want to take it. Kwamba steps through. Puts it up, can't get it to go, gets her own rebound. Now Hughes has got it lined up, and it crawls and won't go. Adams underneath comes out with it, kicks it back out. Adams in the corner. Lang. Top of the key, Hughes, around it goes, into the corner. Adams, ball fake to the hoop. Tries to pass the ball to Kwamba, but it's picked off inside, and then coming back with it on the other direction, Lang picks the pocket and comes back with a steal. Three on the way and good. That's Lang. She's got 11. Fourth player in double figures for the Lady Eagles. Hunt going to take it right to the hoop. Comes up short, gets her own rebound, and a foul will be called on Vanessa Hughes.
Foul number 1, Vanessa Hughes. That's her first, team first.
Steal on the inbounds. Here comes pulling out with it. Pulls it back out. Hughes going to line up a three. Can't get it to go. Nice rebound by Covington and a foul underneath. And that'll go on Vonda Kwamba. Kwamba with her foul, and they'll put that up on the board at some point in time. I think it's just foul number 2 for her. Davis back in to Norman. Johnson for Kansas Christian. Davis with it again. Inside it goes. Hunt backs her way in, puts it up off the glass, and gets it to go. Monique Hunt got 16 in the ball game for her side. Adams pulling into the corner. Inside it goes to Kwamba. Around the corner, pulling straight up three on the way, no good. Right to Lang. She tries to take it down the lane, can't get it to go. Kicks it back out. There's Lang in the corner, thinks about a three, doesn't go there. Kwamba in the lane, pulling, going to take it down the road now. Misses. Ball's on the floor. 3 on the shot clock. Doesn't get a shot off, and Davis comes out with it. Goes off of the hands of Norman and out of bounds.
And for the Eagles, number 34, Leah Johnson.
Leah Johnson back in. Dole's in for the Falcons. Johnson in the ball game. 11 rebounds and 11 points. Considerable height advantage inside as the officials telling them to quit pushing on each other as she and Hunt are having at it inside. Fisher's going to let them play because Kansas Christian doesn't have a lot of players. 3 on the way, no good. Johnson gets the rebound, puts it up, can't get it to go, gets her own rebound, brings it down where Doles can get her hands on it, and Doles strips it away. 6 minutes to go here in period number 4. Slow fourth period so far. Just 5 points scored in it so far. We've played over 4 minutes of this period. Down the lane, runner won't go by Norman. Pulling comes out, she's on the run. Gets it ahead to Johnson. To Hughes, going to take it to the hoop. Bumped on her way there, and she'll go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. This is Vanessa Hughes, Lower Lake, California, 5'3" junior. She's got 5 points. This will be her first free throw. Checking into the game. Camino Talas checks into the ball game. Talas, 5'9" junior from Madrid, Spain. So international flavor to the Lady Eagles. Mozambique, New Zealand, Spain, all being represented. First free throw, no good. And again, 9 of 17 from the free throw line. Misses them both. Turner with a rebound and be tripped out in the back court. He's already been down with a twisted ankle once and comes up favoring the same ankle again. Nichols checks in. Hughes checks out for the Lady Eagles.
And for the Eagles, number 14, Michelle Nichols.
Reset the shot clock to 30 seconds. Norman in the backcourt. Adams hounding her. This is Sloan Johnson. Adams with a steal. 4 on 2. Adams going to take it all the way to the hoop, puts it up. Gets fouled on the way there. Basket doesn't go, but she'll go to the free throw line. And Doles will pick up the foul.
Foul number 10. That's her first, team second.
Covington checks back in. Hunt checks out. Hunt, the leading scorer, only player in double figures, with 16. Adams misses the free throw. Misses them both. That's been really the only down spot for the Lady Eagles is the free throw shooting. Johnson inside, going to turn, look for a way to get to the hoop. Can't find it. Muscles her way, gets her shot blocked by Covington, and a jump ball is called. Covington gets her glasses knocked off, and it will be Kansas Christian basketball after the alternating possession. Again, period is not being real crisp at this point in time as Abby Conroe will check back in, and Armani Pulling will check out. Eagles have scored 3. Kansas Christian has scored 2 so far in just over 5 minutes of play. It's all academic at this point. Anyway, it's 81-28. Tellez knocks the ball away from Davis. Three in the air. Saved from going out of bounds. 4 on the shot clock. Puts it back up, can't get it to go. And Adams with a rebound. Is Norman harassing there. Tellez with a 3 on the way, can't get it to go. Conroe's going to run it down in the corner. No, she is not. It goes out of bounds. And it will belong to Kansas Christian. And we've got Bacone asking for a different basketball because that one touched the fan. It'll go over and be disinfected and put back into the mix. Coach Davis not afraid to go pick it up.
And for the Falcons, number 3, Monique Hunt.
Monique Hunt back into the ball game with her 16 points. Norman, Davis. Hunt inside, trying to figure out a way to turn around and get a shot. Can't do it against Nickel. 3 on the way by Davis. No good. Conroe to the hoop. Fouled. Nope. Pass stolen. Davis comes out with it after Covington got the ball. 3 on the way and good by Norman. First points of the ball game for her. Johnson spin move, left hand, can't get it to go. Tellez, Adams in the corner. She's got a 3 lined up, won't go. Tellez chases that down again. Nichols picks it up. She's got a free run to the basket. She kicks it out to Conroe in the corner and comes up just short on the 3. 81-31. 3 minutes to go here in the fourth period from Puckett Fieldhouse, the opening game of the season for the Lady Eagles, and it looks like they're going to go to 1-0 on the season. We would be back here Monday for a ball game with Harris Stowe against the ladies, but I've been told that's almost a certainty of not happening. Covington tries to go to the basket, and a shot clock violation ensues. Zaria Hendricks checks back in, wearing her mask, gets rid of it. Nice teammate. Anna Adams takes it over and drops it off on the bench. Hendrick. Tellez inside to Johnson. Give and go. Pick and roll. Lay it up and in by Leah Johnson, she's got 13 to go with 13 rebounds. Dole's going to take a three, comes up short, doesn't draw anything, and goes out of bounds with 2:06 to go. We've seen everybody on the bench except for one player for the Lady Eagles. That pass behind Hendricks. She saves it inbounds, but it's picked up by Norman. Tellez knocks it away. And here comes Adams to the corner to Conroe. Hendricks, top of the key. Another three on the way for her. She's 2 of 3 from three-point land. She's got 6 in the ball game. And her teammates rejoice greatly in that. Adams knocks it away. Davis picks it up. Doles, Hunt, Covington inside against Johnson. Has her shot blocked, goes out of bounds. It will stay with Kansas Christian. 12 on the shot clock. 1:13 left in the game. 86-31. Sloan Johnson checks back in.
In for the Falcons, number 12, Sloan Johnson.
Underneath their own basket, inbounds to Hunt. Runner put up, no good, but a foul called. So Monique Hunt will get a chance to go to the line and add to her 16 points in the ball game so far. Lady Eagles 9 of 20 from the free throw line. Kansas Christian 3 of 7 from the line. First free throw is good. Second one rattles around, no good. Johnson with another rebound. Gets it to Hendricks. Adams. Down the lane. Lays it up, can't get it to go. Johnson with a rebound, being held on to. Got it with her right hand, being held on to her left hand. And I think that'll go on Monique Hunt as they talk about it. And they're going to send the teams to their respective benches while the officials talk about it.
Foul number 3, Monique Hunt. That's her second, team second.
Second personal foul, and they're going to go look, the officials are, 2 of them are going to go look at the replay monitor. Don't know if they're looking to see if it was some sort of an intentional or flagrant foul of some sort, or if they're trying to clarify who the foul was on. They've sent the teams to their respective benches to hang out there for the time being while they decide. They're overlooking at the scoreboard on the far side, or on the monitor on the far side. Again, we're going to have a reserve game in here in a few minutes. You can probably watch that on Facebook. There won't be any commentary for it, but you can probably watch it on Facebook. And then we'll be back after that for the men's action tonight against Bacone. Around 7 o'clock, give or take a little bit. And then tomorrow afternoon is Central Methodist football action at 1 o'clock from Davis Field. So now they're going to switch spots, and the official who was standing out at midcourt with the basketball is going to go over and take a look. And then they'll come to their decision about what they're going to call and what they're going to do about whatever it is they're looking at. 86-32. It was 27-11 at the end of one. 57-17 at the half. 78-26 at the end of three. And we're at 86-8-32 now, as one official left to look at the monitor and now has done with that. They will circle up. My friend Jim Ray Cluck tells me that a meeting of officials is called, I think, a pride. No, a dazzle. That's what it was. A meeting of officials is called a dazzle. So we'll see what they end up calling, as they're going to talk to the two coaches involved and explain whatever it is that they're going to come up with, and we'll try to listen to the PA announcer explain it if need be. Lady Eagles shooting 42% from the floor in the game. Lady Falcons at 25.5%. So, Abby Conroe at the line. See if we get an explanation from the PA announcer. As we're just listening. I don't think we're going to get an explanation, so this must be a technical of some sort for Conroe to be shooting, because she was not involved. And I believe that is Abby Conroe's first collegiate point at Central Methodist. She's a freshman from here in Fayette. Second free throw also good. It'll be Lady Eagle ball on the side with 53 seconds to go. Lady Eagles looking to start the season 1-0. Adams. Bounce past Johnson underneath, lays it up and in. Leah Johnson. 15 in the game for her, to go along with 16 rebounds. 90-32. Inside it goes. Covington going to spin inside against Johnson, and there will be a foul called on Leah Johnson. That'll be her third personal foul, and it will send Mia Covington to the free throw line. She has 4 points in the game. She's 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Go along with 5 rebounds. 32 seconds left. First free throw is good. Second free throw also good. And a steal by Hunt. She's going to take it in and get to 19 points in the ball game for her. 18 seconds left in this ball game. Adams has it. That's 19 points in the game for Monique Hunt. 19 of her team's 36. Hendricks out by midcourt line with 5 and counting down. Lady Eagles look content to take a 90-36 victory. And that will be the final score. 90-36 is the final. We will be back in about, let's see, what time? It's 4:46. We'll be back in about 2 hours and 20 minutes, give or take a little bit. Men's action as Bacone comes in to take over. It will be a reserve game coming up next, and you can probably catch that over on Facebook. But for now, on the Eagles Sports Network, we're going to stop here. Lady Eagles go to 1-0 with a 90-36 victory over Kansas Christian. We'll be back around 7 o'clock for men's action. So come back and join us then on the Eagles Sports Network.